Helicopters picking up Chip Kelly. Yo, what's going on? We're in the building. This is Down to End Sports Talk, man. We kicking off Super Bowl Sunday. We in the building live and direct, left-handed right here at RM Dash. You got Yada Bear in the building right there. That's my Code D in the house. The NFC champion, Philadelphia Eagle super fan. All right, Code D extraordinaire in the house. About to get it cracking. You know what it is. You know it's about. We talk some stuff. We on Facebook. We on YouTube. We on StreamYard. Oh, I forgot to tell you, breaking news. We have been summoned to the Star Report later on this afternoon.
All right.
I talked to Star earlier, so we gonna get our thing popping. So yeah, we in the building, man. We're gonna talk about the Super Bowl, and because one of Down in Sports Talk's esteemed co-hosts, team is in the building. If you can't tell, and she's gonna give her impassioned locker room speech to her Eagles, right? We're gonna get into a lot of stuff today. It's a lot of stuff going down in sports. You got the Grizzlies and the Celtics doing their thing. You got South Carolina. Shout out to Dawn Staley. You know what I mean? Doing their thing against LSU. Somebody's old got to go. All right. So if you into basketball and all these cats talk about they're not into women's basketball or whatever, I will be watching the game.
This is the game.
Yes, this is the game to watch. So we're gonna get into that too. Get into a lot of stuff that's going on. Super Bowl in the building. Philadelphia Eagles. All right. She was talking ish to the fans that don't know Rodney Pete from Tony Franklin. You know what I mean? Y'all the Bears in the house. What's good with you, yo?
Man, excited. Can't wait. Been waiting for this day all season. I told y'all the whole season. This is what we're playing the game for. To play in the biggest game of the year, which is the Super Bowl. I don't care about records. I don't care about MVPs. I don't care about none of that stuff. What I care about is what my eyes has been showing me the whole season, that the Eagles is the most complete team in the NFL. And we have proved it time and time and time again, but we always have doubters. Everybody keep hating. Everybody has said, well, who has the Eagles played this year? Oh, the Eagles ain't played nobody this year. So when we win this game tonight and we beat the quote unquote status quo in the NFL, the best team in the NFL with the best quarterback in the NFL, then you have nothing else to say. When we win tonight, we will shut your mouth. You won't speak any negativity towards my team because you will have nothing to say because we have proved everybody wrong each week. All last week, all this week, all I keep hearing is they keep talking about the Chiefs, the Chiefs, the Chiefs, the Chiefs. And again, we're second fiddle. It's okay. That's the position we want to be in. We don't want all the fake love, all of a sudden now everybody's a Chief fan because your team got bounced in the playoff or didn't even make the playoffs. It's crazy that a whole football team is still in their feelings and still talking all that rah-rah stuff, is hating on the Eagles. I'm talking about you, San Francisco 49ers.
Uh-oh.
The 49ers are the most hateful team right now. Like, they have so much hate in their heart for the Eagles because they are sore losers. It's not our fault.
They got hate in their blood.
They got hate in their blood. It's not our fault that you guys was ill prepared. You wasn't prepared for everything. That's what you're supposed to do in these playoffs. Nobody said to come into the playoff with just two quarterbacks. Nobody said that. Nobody told y'all to do that. And it's not our fault that both of them were soft and got knocked out the game. I can't help that. Your offensive line did a better job. But that's the past.
And in other words, nobody told y'all to tell Jimmy Garoppolo you was getting rid of him.
Right? So, but those clowns are at home watching the game. They keep saying, oh, we're not going to watch the game. Whatever. They're watching the game. We all know that that's a lie. But tonight is it's going down, and this is where all the hate just stop. Just stop the hate. And I'm not telling you that I want y'all to become fans. Hell no. I don't want none of that fake love. Like I was telling Left, in the backstage, I don't want to talk about, I don't want to talk to people who I can't talk about the years that we have Kevin Cobb as our starter. I don't want to talk to people who don't know when we have Rodney Peete as a starter. I don't want to talk about those early Donovan McNabb years when he's throwing the ball to Todd Pinkston, James Thrash. Who are these guys? Who are you, sir? Who? I want to talk to guys who didn't know about Richie Kotite, how terrible we were still, how bad, how hard it was to see Ray Rose coach the team, and we still couldn't put nothing together. Yeah, we had a pretty decent defense, but we couldn't put points on the board. We were still getting trashed out there. So if you're not about those days, please don't be about today.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead with the team, Go ahead with the team that most of America root for, Be that Cowboy fan, that Patriots fan, the Rams fans, those spicy names, those active names, because you hardly run across a true fan of their city and be like, oh yeah, well I'm going to root for this team because I hate this team this bad. Well, don't root for nobody. My man Jamar Chase said I ain't rooting for nobody, and I'm like, hey, I can respect that.
But I respect that.
Yeah, I can respect it, but absolutely, don't turn around and be like, I'm rooting for A because I don't like B. Nah, I'm not rooting for nobody. Be your true self. Don't be fake.
Be your true self, yo. My true self is going to say this. I'm thinking, especially looking at how the line now is at giving the Eagles 1.5. It's the thinking is coming around being that this game is going to be a lot closer than some people gave it credence for maybe about 10 days ago. You know what I mean? I think, I'm not going to pop my collar and say I'm the quarterback whisperer or nothing like that. But I told people, I said, yo, Jalen Hurts, man. I told him, I said, Jalen Hurts, you know what I'm saying? And again, his development, is he ahead of his curve? I don't think so. I just think he's still at the beginning of his curve. You know what I'm saying? Because if he can go from, what he did, which wasn't that bad, he just had to fine tune his game a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And he's definitely young enough, smart enough to get better. But the main question was, can he be the quarterback of the future for the Philadelphia Eagles? And a lot of people was like, I don't know. We got to see. I was like, okay, that's fair. After the sample size he's given you, knowing that the potential that he has, the situation was he didn't have what was needed to matriculate the ball down the field. I'm gonna use one of the late Hank Strand's words. Rest in peace. Went and got him weapons. Shout out to Howie. You know what I mean? I'm talking like I know y'all. You know what I mean? Mr. Roseman, my bad. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. They made moves. Shout out to Mr. Lurie. You know what I mean? Again, they made moves. They get the team better, and they got them better because they put weapons around the guy that is going to be the nucleus of the whole situation for the next 10 years and beyond, hopefully. So again, has he moved ahead of his curve? I don't think so. Because this is where you're supposed to be. This is where Justin Herbert is supposed to be. Right? This is where Derek Carr is supposed to be. Right? All these Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. This is where they're supposed to be. All these guys that are Super Bowl. If you get them, you're going to the Super Bowl. If you get them, you're going to win the Super Bowl. Nobody talks about the Jalen Hurtses of the world. Yeah, you talk about Patrick Mahomes. He's the flavor, absolutely. But you was talking about Josh Allen more than you was talking about Jalen Hurts. You was
Sure
talking about
was.
Joe Burrow more than you was talking about Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
I mean, we could talk about it and chop it up and all that. But we know what we're looking at. So to say that now, I want to get into and touch on the topic that we do have two young, brilliant, black starting quarterbacks in this game today. I think we should talk about that, give that some play because I think that's important. It goes going back to way before Jersey Joe Gilliam and the Steelers. We mentioned Rodney Peete, mentioned Randall Cunningham, Michael Vick. You know what I mean? A whole plethora of black quarterbacks. Vince Evans, right? Doug Williams, salute. You know what I mean? Again, it's coming out to this point. My man, what's my man? He used to play for the Rams. James, I think what was his name? He used to play for the Rams, a black quarterback for the Rams. I forget his name. But anyway, these guys got us to where we are today. The Jalen Hurtses and the Patrick Mahomes going in the Super Bowl where we are. It took us long enough, you know what I mean? But we're here. So give them dudes a shout out, give them their respect. They earned it. Patrick Mahomes been here already. Jalen Hurts first go round of many, but I'm not going to put it out there like that because Dan Marino knows the vibe. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But again, these kids need to be celebrated and saluted. Patrick Mahomes was Texas Tech. You know what I mean? Jalen's story. You know what I mean? So again, these cats, have been through it. Their pops need to be celebrated.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Again, they brought these kids up because you never really hear about that. Salute to the moms.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. You know what I mean? But when you talk about the fathers, it's always in some, abstract way. He's not in the situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again, all of that needs to be talked about. Some people I feel is going overboard. Why? It has never happened. So what do you have to compare it against to say that people are going overboard by talking about it?
Now this is huge. Like they want to talk about brothers playing against each other,
right?
In the
Which is
Super Bowl.
Cool, right?
But yeah, like that's cool. But
right.
when we look at it as a whole,
brothers are playing. They started in the Super Bowl.
Exactly. Yeah. But when you look at this as a whole, it's like wow, we have two young black quarterbacks start against each other in the Super Bowl. There was a time where there was no black quarterbacks in the league. To be a quarterback in black was laughable, was out of the ordinary, was strange. Every time you mention quarterback, when you seen the quarterback of a football team, didn't matter if it was high school, college, or the pros, it was always white men. It was out of the ordinary. It was unheard of, not common. Nobody even thought of like a black guy playing quarterback. No, you could be the running back, you can be the receiver, tight end, play on either the offense or defensive line, be a linebacker, be a safety, be a corner, be a nickel safety, be a strong safety. But nobody said, hey,
be a punter.
be a punter, be a kicker, be the water boy, the towel boy, the ball boy. But nobody said, you know what? He should be quarterback. Nobody ever said that back then because the quarterback is always viewed as the leader of the team, and
cerebral and all of that. Right. Absolutely.
They're smart. They're quick on the toes. They got to make lightning fast
decisions. Right. Absolutely. You got to read the defense. Absolutely.
They got to know how to read the field, read the defense, make adjustments, things like that, call audibles. But they couldn't trust that, with a black guy because, again, it was unheard of. It was out the norm. But today, 2023, we have not one, but two young black talented quarterbacks that have more Super Bowls in the future. Who knows? We could see this matchup again down the
That's
road,
right. That's right.
or it could just be just an ordinary thing that we wouldn't even have to mention that the two black quarterbacks. Maybe a couple years we'll have Lamar and somebody else, like another up and coming black quarterback, or Lamar and Jalen again, or Lamar and Kyle, or someone like that, where we don't have to say we got two black quarterbacks. We can just say we got two talented quarterbacks. We got two great leaders that's going to lead their team, try to lead their team to victory. We can, get the quote unquote label black out out of that sentence of black quarterback. We just take them, they take the word black out and just be quarterbacks. So this right here is the start of what I think, a beautiful thing. I can't wait to see him on there. It's going to be big, real big moment, and I'm pretty sure they're going to talk about it, during the televised, during the game, and they're talking
Oh,
about it.
absolutely.
They've been talking
Absolutely.
about it all. Like that's the narrative
they
of of the story, right?
Yeah, you think that if they don't, Reggie, I was Reggie Jackson, Jesse Jackson, and they're gonna be beating
Fall
down their
up.
door in the morning. You crazy? You
Yeah.
think they
So
every
yeah, right.
listen,
So I just
listen,
can't wait.
hey Yada, they'll
Yeah.
be painting signs in the street again. You better you better mention that. Listen, and my man's name and the Rams quarterback who I was thinking of, his name is James Harris. I don't know why that escaped me, but I should have knew that. His name is James Harris. But yeah, Yada, they better mention that. You know what I mean? If they don't, boy, everybody gonna get protested. Everybody gonna get boycotted. But yeah, they're gonna it's a great thing to have that. And also as a dope segue, it's also a great thing to have two undefeated teams, but bigger than that, one of the coaches in this game that we're getting ready to chop it up about is black, like me and you. You know what I mean? A head coach of an undefeated team, South Carolina Lady Gamecocks. Shout out to Coach Dawn Staley, head coach Dawn Staley. Right?
North Philly, stand up. North Philly.
Let's go. And there you go. Philly in the building again, right? You know what I mean? That those
going up against LSU, undefeated.
Absolutely. Undefeated LSU. Big basketball game. Yada's a big ladies hoop fan, and she wants to get into it. We're going to chop it up a little bit about that game. What's on your mind? LSU, South Carolina,
big.
Go.
This is the game we're waiting for all season. This is the spicy game. We thought, South Carolina against you.
That's a word for it, right?
UConn was going to be spicy. It was a little bit spicy, but this one got some extra sauce on top because, again, as you mentioned, both teams are both undefeated, and they both have two really dominant stars that rules the paint. Aaliyah Boston and Angel, they rule the paint. So when we talk about football, like who's going to win the battle of the trenches, well, that's what's going to happen in this game too. Who's going to win the battle of the trenches down in that paint? Because they're going to be battling down there. It's going to be, I feel like it's going to be a highly competitive game, a well-coached game too. That's also it is going to be on display because both coaches are great in their own respect. They are both great coaches, so it's going to be levels to this today. Not just on the court but on the sideline, and seeing what hidden gem that's on either team that can step up and help their team get on the top. Because like I said, Aaliyah and Angel, they kind of going to cancel each other out because they're going to be battling each other hard down there. So who's going to be that player to step into the limelight on one of the biggest stage today in this game that can help bring their team to victory? It's going to be interesting interesting to see. And I'm glad that both of them are still undefeated, because whoever wins this game, they want to be number one. Because when you think like in the standing, because March Madness is coming up, and they always showing like the projections. So far, South Carolina is projected to be number one. Be number one seed, and LSU is projected to be a number 2 seed. So if LSU can walk away and get this victory, that might flip
on the road.
Yeah, especially you on the road. Yes, you in South Carolina, one of the toughest places to play, and you get this dub on the Gamecocks, and they're going to flip that, and then it's going to be crazy to see South Carolina as a number 2 seed, because they've been number 1 seed for so long. They've been like number 1 for the past 3 to 4 years so far consistently. So to see them get bounced like that will be an upset. This will be one of the biggest upset of this season. And then when you look at the ranking, how far down would they drop South Carolina if they lose? Because we got Indiana and you got Iowa, steady up top. They balling too. But how you feel about this game?
This is one of the games that if you're not a fan, you should just watch to see what the hype is about. From the coaching to like what Yada mentioned, the 2 top players in the country, to just the whole entire programs. These are elite programs with elite coaches, with elite players. They're on an elite trajectory. They're playing on an elite day, Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
Angel Reese from LSU. She's like the phenom that people are talking about right now. 23 straight doubles, right? That theory is going to be severely tested today. Severely tested, going up against Aaliyah Boston, right? I think Aaliyah Boston, who's a senior for South Carolina, wants to really kind of put a stamp on her career and on the situation. They're playing in conference, right? So again, they're going to see each other in the SEC tournament down the line.
This feels like an SEC championship game.
Absolutely. So again, this game is good. It's the seed to what's to come down the line. Yada mentioned about the March Madness and things of that nature. We're definitely going to see this matchup again. What I'm interested in seeing is how the rest of the team is going to react. And I'm talking about on both sides, because we've seen South Carolina be in trouble. And of course, them being undefeated, they won those games. This team that they're going up against, LSU, comes in the game with a coach that's highly respected, a team that's been dominant, doing their thing, doing their numbers, going up against a team that's been dominant, doing their thing, doing their numbers. So again, this is the classic matchup that you would want to watch to kill time, and I don't want to say that in a negative way, but to kind of like fill that void between now and kickoff. Of course, other things going on. The NBA is rocking, but this is the game to watch. You want to make sure that you be able to be in on the conversation, because women's basketball is absolutely bubbling. If you don't know, shout out, number 1 Cowboys fan is in the house. Salute. All right. We chopping it up. Let us know who you think is going to win the game today. Let us know who you think is going to win the women's basketball game today. All right. We got undefeated South Carolina. We got undefeated LSU. Let us know who you rocking with. All right. So again, you got to think that this one's going to go down to the wire. It's going to be very, very exciting. The atmosphere is going to be bananas. Off the hook, South Carolina. That's the little advantage that they may have going into the game. Crazy Fiance says, I hate the Eagles, but I choose them. Okay. It is what it is. Do what you do. Wherever you're putting your money at, go ahead and make it happen for yourself. So again, Angel Reese we're going to see. She talks her ish as she should. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
love it.
Aaliyah Boston does her thing. So I mean, what do you think this game is gonna really come down to? I mean, you got the individual matchups, coaching. You got the individual matchups on the floor. How do you think that those strategies are going to translate in front of like a big giant audience, a big crazy atmosphere? How do you think those tendencies are going to translate?
I think it's going to be defense. LSU going to have to find a way to try to neutralize Aaliyah down, in the paint, because she's a beast on the defensive end with grabbing boards, and she's also a beast on the offensive side, grabbing offensive rebounds, putbacks. So LSU, they're really going to probably have to focus in stopping her, like trying to run some type of zone, um, having her double, because South Carolina, they score off of a lot of second chance points because of how dominant Aaliyah Boston is in the paint. She's going for what her I want to say what almost 76 consecutive double double. Spanning back from 2 seasons ago. So I think LSU defense, same with South Carolina, because the same things that I was talking about Aaliyah Boston is the same thing I can flip it to talk about Angel Reese. As you mentioned,
Absolutely.
of all of the double doubles, again, she's also a beast on the offensive side of grabbing boards and getting putbacks. She's a beast on the defensive side. We didn't see her blocking shots, grabbing
Mm-hmm.
boards. So I think it's going to be a defensive battle. That's why I think they might cancel each other out, and there may be an unsung hero on either one of these teams that step up and help them, win this game. I definitely want to see them both drop double doubles tonight. Today. I
Right.
don't want to see that streak in. I want to see how far they can go. But I think whoever doesn't drop a double double, their team may be the most in jeopardy of losing the game. I think that's what's going to be the key. Um,
Um, when you talk about this game, we talk about Aaliyah Boston, South Carolina. We talk about Angel Reese, LSU. Other X factors contribute. Alexis Morris has got to do something. Got to step up. You got to have somebody else step up besides the two stars, who you can kind of like put their situation in ink. Who else is going to be the one to step up? Um, she's got to control the game when she has to. You know what I mean? And that means when they have the ball, be efficient, definitely lead the transition game. You know what I'm saying? And again, get her teammates open shots. Okay.
yeah,
South Carolina, they already can manufacture extra possessions with their offensive rebounding. All right. So I think LSU with the shorty, I call them all shorties or whatever. I shouldn't even say that. I shouldn't say that. Alexis Morris, and Kateri Poole, they're going to have to make sure that they're smart with the basketball.
yeah,
Make sure they're smart with the basketball, because Dawn is going to have those South Carolina girls, women on them. You know what I
yeah,
mean? In them.
yeah,
And go
yeah.
ahead.
I'm not to cut you off, but when you say that, then you gotta look at South Carolina style and Zia Cook. She's
Mm-hmm.
been cooking. She's gonna have to step it up.
So I saw
With
what you did there.
this one. You see that?
Yeah, I saw what you did there. I saw
Uh-huh.
it.
She's gonna have to step it up. And also with their point guard too, point guards are very, very important in women's college basketball, because they are the point guard. I mean, they are the quarterback of the team. Um, to have a point guard with great floor vision is very important. So on both sides, like I said, the point guard's gonna have to control the game. They're gonna have to settle everybody down, because with this is a big game. This is a hype game. South Carolina always have a great crowd. Jimmy sold out in the arena there, to watch them play. So being a team on the road going to that type of environment, you gotta be able to calm the squad down, and just play your game and not play into the crowd and so you can get you thrown off your game. So that, yeah, the others is going to have to really step up and play their game, and let those two titans in the paint battle it out.
Mhm. Again, we talk about what has to happen, what needs to happen, because that's what we do over here down in Sports Talk. Make sure you hit that, smash that subscribe button. Pardon self. Make sure you smash the subscribe button, hit the like thing. You know how to do that, thumbs up and all that. We definitely appreciate you. I think we got like over 300 subscribers now. I don't know what's going on, but we appreciate y'all, man.
Crazy. We love
Word
it.
is bond. We appreciate y'all.
Look, tell your friend and tell another friend, and then have that friend tell 10 more friends.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, in this game right here, we're talking about South Carolina going up against LSU, two undefeated women's basketball teams playing today at 2:00. If you're not doing that, make sure you check that game out. I think UConn a little bit kind of provided a little bit of a template or a blueprint of how to deal with South Carolina a little bit.
Yes,
they stayed in the paint and they let South Carolina shoot the ball. They let them shoot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, it worked for a little bit until it didn't work no more.
Yeah, and that's where coaching come in.
Right. And again, if that's the mental that LSU is going to come into this game with, I don't know, because again, the boards are going to get dealt with. So it's going to be crazy all around how the guards keep each other in the game, how much pressure the opposing point guards and guards, the backcourts are going to put on each other. The Angel Reese Aaliyah Boston matchup is one not to miss, right?
Yeah.
We always talk about matchup, and these people don't usually match up against each other in the game. Patrick Mahomes is not going to match up against Jalen Hurts in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when we talk about matchups, this is one that you're going to watch and make sure you get into. So I just wanted to make sure that we mentioned that, because it's definitely going to be a great game, and it's definitely something that we definitely wanted to talk about, and we would have been remiss if we did.
Yes.
Right, even if it is Super Bowl Sunday, right?
Yes, and
it's Super Bowl Sunday. We're in the building.
Yes,
go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say one thing that I'm cool with in regards to this particular Super Bowl is the idea that even though that there are brothers playing, the Kelsey brothers, Jason and Travis. I was with the idea that they should let their moms do the coin toss.
that was interesting.
That was crazy. I said, you know what? I thought about it. I said, when you first hear about something, you be like, I said, yeah. I mean, why not? It's not like she has she has a rooting interest on both sides. She's their moms. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't see nothing wrong with that. That's dope. I thought that was dope.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed. That would have been cute, something.
She said that would be cute.
something nice. I mean, but it's like you said, there's a bunch of stories in this Super Bowl with the brothers playing each other. Former employees, Andy Reid fired Nick Sirianni. In 2013, he was on the coaching staff. He got let go. Sometimes you can have that student teacher feud. He wants to show that he is a good coach, he is better. Then the ultimate story is with Andy Reid with the Eagles organization. He was our coach here for 14 years. We won multiple NFC conference championships with him. 4. We went to one Super Bowl that we lost in. And then after that, he forgot how to, manage the clock and manage timeouts, and things got real, weird at the end of his career in Philly, and he got let go. And then he went to the Chiefs and, continue on with his ways, his winning ways. So it's like, Andy, I love and respect you as a coach, but If you can't win the Super Bowl with us, you're not winning one on us. That's
Shots
the truth
fired.
right there.
Shots fired.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Talk your ass, yo.
I'm sorry,
Absolutely.
you can't win the Super Bowl on us. So there's a lot of stories with this Super Bowl. There's a lot of headlines here and there. Because he has a lot of history. Things was great, things were terrible, and then things got bad, and he had to go. He lost his son. At training camp at one of the Eagles camps. So that was a tough time in his life here. Like, we shared so much with Andy. We have so much history with Andy that we still root for Andy. We won't say, "Oh, we root for." No, we're rooting. Like, we hear someone in Philadelphia will say, like, especially like a couple Super Bowls ago, like, "Oh yeah, we're rooting for the Chiefs." No, we was rooting for Andy. That's it. But today, we don't see Andy Reid. We don't see Andy Reid, from Philly, 14 seasons here, 4 NFC conference championships, 1 Super Bowl appearance. We don't see that Andy Reid. Nah, we see the enemy. Okay? We see food. That's what we see. Andy Reid officially today is food. Okay?
Talking real slick. Okay.
We are
Andy Reid is
okay?
food.
That's right.
That's what's up. Shout out Crazy Fiance says the Eagles are getting ring number 2. Okay,
Yes,
I hear that. Again, I'm rocking with the Eagles too. I think that the Eagles are going to get it done. What do you see happening like in the first 5 minutes of the game? What do you see happening in the first 5 minutes? Let's say the Eagles win the toss, and they're going to defer. They're going to get the ball.
Oh no, we're going to defer.
Okay,
we'll defer. I would be surprised if we take the ball. I think we'll defer. We'll go out there because we want to see what Patrick Mahomes' ankle really doing out there. We want to see. And I think we'll defer because we would like for our defense to set the tone of the game. That's what I see. And I feel like in the first couple of series between both teams be more like a filling out thing. Everybody have their script. That first the 2 series script. It'll be a lot of scripted plays and see what we can expose later on in the game. Just to see how they setting up defensively, especially in the secondary. Because we already know that the Chiefs secondary is young and they're suspect. We didn't see them give up the boogie last week, a couple times doing that. Well, 2 weeks ago, a couple times against that Bengals game. We seen it. The Bengals just couldn't stop Mahomes when they needed to, but we saw a little something in their defense. And something that is cool that wasn't mentioned, not on the big media, is that the Eagles hire Vic Fangio for 2 weeks to help the defense prepare. Because why not? This is a guy who have seen the Broncos several times in the division seen the Chiefs several times in the division when he was the head coach of the Broncos. So he seen, how Andy Reid prepares, here and there. So
let me get this right. Let me see if I get this right.
Yeah.
Y'all just picking up anybody who can just listen, man. Listen, you know their tendencies. You what they gonna do on 3rd and 6?
Hey, knowledge.
Okay, come on.
We'll
hire you for 2 weeks.
Exactly. Look, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power.
And we're gonna get you a ring. You win, and we're gonna get you a ring.
Can't beat. Ring. Knowledge is power.
Absolutely.
You can't be over prepared. That's something that other teams, need to start picking up off. You can't be over prepared. So why not
Right.
talk to somebody who have dealt with the Chiefs several times for several years, going head to head with Andy Reid in numerous occasions? Of course, I'm going to talk to this guy. Oh, you want a contract for 2 weeks? No problem. Let me go talk. Let me go talk to the best
2 weeks.
GM.
We got you. Yeah,
Let me go
we
talk
got
to the
you for
best
2 weeks. We can hold
GM
you
in
down
the
for 2
league.
weeks. We can do
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
Word
I'm
up.
gonna talk to my man Howie, the best GM in
Yeah,
the
we
league.
could, you know,
We gonna
you
put
gonna holler,
something
you gonna holler
together
at
for you.
Jeff. You gonna holler at Jeff real quick and be like, "Yo, Jeff,
Yeah,
man,
you know,
I got this proposition for you." You know what I mean? And he'll be like, "All right, go ahead, make it happen." You know what I mean?
make
And
it
he's gonna be
happen.
like, "Yo, Dick,
Exactly.
come here, man. Let me holler at you for a second. Yo, Hassan, come here. Darius, yo, big play. Come here, B. Come here, B.
Exactly. Let me show you some tape. There we go. Let me show you some film. Let me show you a little something. Like I
Word
said,
up.
anything
That's
helps.
what's up.
But
Absolutely.
even though this is Super Bowl today, there was some crazy stuff happening in the NBA. You cannot walk away without talking about this NBA trade deadline.
Yeah, trade
And the
deadline.
crazy
Absolutely.
is how one day you go to bed, Kevin Durant is still a Brooklyn Nets player. And then you wake up the next morning and he's been traded to the Phoenix Suns. That's crazy. And you know what's even crazier? Let's take a step back and let's talk about the the biggest fail in NBA history of creating a super team, that of the Brooklyn Nets. And we're not even gonna start with KD going there. We're gonna start back to where Kyrie muscled himself to Brooklyn. Okay, Kyrie has been a cancer on 2 different teams already. He bullied his way to Brooklyn. All right, now he's in Brooklyn. Then he was able to talk to Kevin Durant and say, you know what? You should leave a great place and go in a state where you have already won 2 championships, 2 finals MVP, and you should come to Brooklyn with me and we can start our own dynasty. You know, we can run this.
Allegedly.
Yeah. And then KD
Possibly.
packed up his Gucci bag, you know, packed his Gucci duffel bag and went to Brooklyn. Right? So now they're there. And then, Kyrie turns around and says, we don't need no coach.
We don't need no stinky coach.
We're so good, we can coach ourselves. You know, that's extremely crazy to me. So you bring in 2 superstars, but you hire a guy who was just home watching soccer, who was just, in his backyard kicking the ball around with his kids, who never coached a day in his life. You bring him in to coach not 1, but 2 superstars with no experience. Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds perfect. Nothing will go wrong with that. Now you're there and you see, well, it's still not working. We need to bring in another star. Not to mention, you mortgage your future. You send everybody packing. You bring in James Harden. James Harden wanted to get out of Houston. He was fat. He didn't want to play there. So now he's in Brooklyn. So now we got fat James Harden in Brooklyn. Brooklyn is there, and he's there, like they're playing. Oh, Kyrie gets hurt. Oh, well, KD gets hurt. Oh, well, now it's just James here. All right, well, we just go to the first round, and then we get bounced, and then, okay, well, we can do it again. We try next year. All right. Next year comes. Oh, well, you got to get vaccinated. Oh, well, Kyrie he's not going to do that.
Well, yeah, about that.
I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
I'm gonna walk to the end of the earth.
I'm gonna walk to the edge of the earth and I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna get vaccinated. Oh, okay, well, you know, if you don't do it, you can't play, right? You can't play in the NBA.
Right,
You
right,
can't
right.
play at home.
That's a
Oh well,
long
I
walk, my
don't care.
G.
All right, well, I guess I won't be playing. And then the NBA invited, and then the NBA invented the he's a part-time player. I never knew the NBA had part-time positions until that year. I never knew that. I thought, you know, you had to be a full-time employee to play the game of basketball in the NBA, but apparently you could be a part-time player and just play on role games. All right, that's cool. James looking around like, yeah, this team don't know what they're doing. The organization is trash. They don't know what they're doing in this front office. I need to get out of here. He's seen it coming.
They got some good weed though. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
it is legal. It is legal. They can walk around.
That's right.
But you know what? I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna go. Look, I need to get to Philly. I need to get my man Daryl Morey in Philly. Connect with them. Boom. They make the worst trade ever, and they get Ben Simmons, who didn't want to play here because he has hurt feelings. I mean, excuse me, a hurt back. Who knows? Ben's like he wants to go there, so they made the trade. Oh, on cue, Ben Simmons. Oh, I'm gonna work my way back in. Yeah, I can't wait to play. Now his back hurt. So now Ben Simmons don't play that whole year. Kyrie, part-time player, you know, you only can do so much playing part-time. Then, you know, they lift the mandate. He can play at home. They go in the playoffs. They get bounced again because, you know, Durant got some big feet. Foot on the line. They get bounced.
Yeah.
Then in the off season, it's like, well, I want to leave. I want to get traded. Yeah, I want to get traded too. Well, I'll stay if you fire Steve Nash. They fire Steve Nash. Steve Nash is gone. Now everybody's happy. Oh, we're gonna play together. We got Ben Simmons. We got no big three. You know, Stephen A. Smith saying, "Oh, this championship team right here. Everybody healthy. Everybody together. This is a championship team. But we're gonna bring championships here." Soon as the season starts, Ben Simmons not doing what he's supposed to do. They begging, they screaming for this guy. Shoot the ball. Shoot the ball. Same thing is happening to Ben Simmons all over again. Shoot the ball. Shoot the ball. No, he don't want to shoot the ball. Then Kyrie just said, yo, I need to go. Kyrie requests a trade. He wants to go to LA. Joe said, I'm not sending you where you want to go.
He said, I'm not, no. He said, no.
He said, pause.
Mm-hmm.
No. You can go to Brooklyn. I mean, you can go to Dallas. You ain't going to LA. You can go to Dallas. Ship them to Dallas. And everybody's like, oh, okay, well, you know, KD's not going to go anywhere. They got stuff for him, you know, Spencer. You know, he can score, blah, blah, blah. KD's not going anywhere, and KD was just at home like this. Texting Joe, please trade
me. Like this.
please trade me today. And then, like I said, we went to bed as Kevin Durant is a net. We woke up, the Phoenix Suns. And I just want to say this. The Brooklyn Nets are now in the process because they didn't even try. They didn't even want DeAndre Ayton. They didn't want no type of. They got all role players.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like Mikal Bridges, but he's not no superstar. You traded away a superstar for role players and a couple of draft picks. Like that's crazy to me. You didn't even try to get
back. So, yeah, man. So we here. The big game is about to get ready to start. Not that big game. South Carolina and LSU's get ready to get it popping. We in the building. Yes, we're in the building live and direct down in Sports Talk, giving y'all a little something, you know what I mean, before, you know, get your mouth watery before kickoff and all of that good stuff. What's on the menu for the Super Bowl parties today? What's on the menu?
I'm making some wings, you know, I'm making some wings with like some dry rub on them. Then I'm making like some garlic parm wings.
Okay.
And then I'm also making like some I got like a roast beef in the crock pot. I'm making like some hot roast beef sandwich.
Oh, she's doing it big. Okay, I hear that.
Salad,
listen,
you know,
I like I told you behind the scenes in the green room, You know what I mean? I had a unfortunate incident, and I got my foot all up here elevated. But yeah, they left me to watch the tacos and to build the spaceships, for
There
lack
you
of a
go.
better term.
There you go.
So that's what I'm doing. That's how I'm spending my Saturday and Sunday getting ready for this game. South Carolina and LSU. Angel Reese is looking ready. Leah Boston, she's hugging her teammates. Get ready to go out there and represent and make it happen. Doing what they do. What's your thoughts in regards to this John Morant situation, where now he's kind of looked at as some kind of pseudo tough guy, possibly, probably, allegedly?
Everybody's tough when the cameras are on, it's what I don't know. It's just weird. I don't see him as like
Carolina gets the first basket.
Yeah, I don't see him as a tough guy. I don't know. I don't know where this tough guy persona came from. Like, I don't
Must
know.
Be the money.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah,
Must be the money. I'm sorry. I sent all your emails to Yada because she wanted me to sing that. Send all your emails over there.
Look, listen,
send all the emails over there.
He got a little spotlight on him, because Memphis is balling, but you know how people act when fame changes you, and I mean, it kind of changed the whole team, because not only him, but Dylan Brooks also.
Dylan Brooks, right?
I've been saying that all season. I'm like, well, Dylan Brooks is different. Like, now
you ain't about that life. You ain't about it. You know what I mean? You ain't about that life.
He's
Leah Boston just knocked down a shot. Word up. But yeah, we're in the building, man. We live and direct. Our presence has been requested on another platform. Make sure you check us out over there. Star Report. You know what I mean? If you don't know now, you do. Down at In Sports Talk every Tuesday night, man, 8 to 9. If they win, we may come on tonight for a few minutes just to get some celebratory stuff popping off to get the vibe. I'm going to see, man, depending on, if when the game is over tonight, when they'll announce the date for the parade, was it going to be like Wednesday or Thursday or something like that?
Well, from last time when we won, it was on a Thursday. So I feel like it'd probably be the same, probably, game today. If we win, when we win, they probably had like a little party in Arizona on Monday. Probably come back Tuesday. They probably had like the little private thing Wednesday, and then Thursday will probably be the parade, because that's how it went last.
Can I ask you one favor? Can you please leave Meek Mill at home?
Listen, Meek Mill,
leave Meek Mill at home. Bring Freeway, bring Beanie, bring Young Chris, bring Neef and all them. Leave Meek Mill at home. That's all I'm saying.
Meek Mills is everywhere. He gonna be there with Kevin Hart.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. Oh man,
Lil Uzi Vert gonna be there. Kevin Hart, Kevin Hart, the one you should be looking out for. Okay?
He said Lil Uzi.
Listen, that's Philly right there.
Oh.
Look out for Bradley Cooper. Look out for Bradley Cooper. Look out for Mike Trout.
Bradley Cooper. Oh, yeah. So,
Mike Trout, all them guys.
Yeah, Mike Trout, absolutely. So, we about to get up out of here. Don't go nowhere. We just want to chop it up with y'all real quick before we get ready for this Super Bowl thing. Yeah, do y'all thing. We here every Tuesday, 8 to 9 p.m. All right, in one form or another. We here. We in the building. Enjoy the game. Enjoy all the games today, all right? We here. Now we gone. That's Yada over there. I'm left-handed, a.k.a. RM Jets. Get at me on Twitter. Smash the subscribe button. Smash the like button. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody to tell 10 more people, all right? The best sports show you never heard of. We got to get rid of that title right there, but we're working on it, all right?
That's right.
Hey, Chris Brown, Robert Glasper, man. Look him up. All right? We out.
Go Birds.
Eagles 27, Chiefs 21. Play it one more time for the people in the back.
Play it one more time for the people
Play
in
it
the
one
back.
more time for the people in the back. Uh-oh. And there you have it. Peace.
Peace.